And we welcome you inside the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. It is time for the Mountain East Conference Men's Tournament Final. The 5th-seeded Glenville State Pioneers set to take on the number 2 seed, the Fighting Falcons of Fairmont State. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody. I'm Dave Weekley, happy to be alongside the former sharpshooter from Bethany College, Matt Dreyfus. And Matt, when you take a look at this matchup, you got so many great storylines. Glenville with a huge upset of top-seeded West Liberty yesterday in the semifinals. What have they got left emotionally for this game? And Fairmont State, all that tradition, trying to win their first conference championship since 1984. Should be a good game.
Should be a great game. These are two teams. This is a huge rivalry. The schools aren't located that far apart. They know each other extremely well. Maybe don't like each other a little bit. Should be a great matchup tonight.
Let's focus in on the stars. Dante Morales for the Glenville Pioneers. He's been a standout this week offensively and defensively.
Morales, the guy that's going to lead this team, averaging 18.3 points a game, shooting almost 50%, 47% from the arc. They're going to go as he goes, and he's going to have a big night tonight.
Nick Harney has the size for Fairmont State to present a real problem for Glenville in this game.
Yeah, he's also averaging just over 18 points a game, 55% from the floor, and he is really a force to be reckoned with inside. A transfer from the University of Akron. He's going to have a big night, and they're going to try and get him the ball early.
So we've got a championship game here in the Mountain East Conference Final without West Liberty. Glenville and Fairmont battling for the championship when we come back.
If you're traveling to the game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud title sponsor of the Mountain East Conference Basketball Championship.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Truth Talk with Frank.
Big Cable raised its rates consistently for 18 years. Frontier gives a 3-year price guarantee with no contract and no rate hikes. That's the truth.
Get the speeds you need and the service you deserve with Frontier high-speed internet for $19.99 per month with qualifying phone service.
The truth will set you free. From Big Cable.
Make the hassle-free switch to a company that tells the truth. Call 1-888-FRONTIER today.
West Virginia State is known for pushing boundaries, exploring new opportunities, and investing in the community. A passionate pursuit of excellence inside and outside the classroom ignites our students' abilities, leading to great achievements today and long into the future. Find your passion at West Virginia State University.
And we are nearly set for play. Mountain East Conference Men's Tourney Championship, Glenville and Fairmont. But let's get a quick word from the third member of our crew, Mark Martin.
All right, thank you, Dave. Great coaching matchup here today. Jared Calhoun for Fairmont, Stephen Dye for Glenville. Stephen Dye's had some great moments in this building as a high school player at Old Marsh Fork High, led them to a state championship game, had 3 West Virginia Conference championships with all. Now trying to lead Glenville to a title. His teams have improved each year that he's been at the helm of the Pioneers.
We look forward to your comments, Mark, along the way. Let's check our starting lineups. Jared Calhoun and the Fighting Falcons of Fairmont State. For Glenville, it's a guard-oriented crew. Morris, Morales, Nady, Williams, and Campbell. For Fairmont, Harney, Shamgod Wells at the point, Wimbush, the freshman of the year in this league last season, Jamel Morris, and Caleb Davis, the first 5 on the floor for the Fighting Falcons. Fairmont is in the white, trimmed in maroon and gold, and Glenville decked out in their blue uniforms, trimmed in white, and we are underway for the Mountain East Conference Men's Tournament Championship game. Fighting Falcons with the ball first.
See if Fairmont starts it the way they've started every other game, trying to get a quick post up for Nick Harney.
Morris with the drop down to Harney. Harney moves in the paint, flips it up in front of the rim, could not score. Rebound right in front of the rim by Wimbush. He couldn't finish it. And the Pioneers have the basketball.
And rebounding is going to be crucial in this game. Glenville on the season actually getting out-rebounded by their opponents by almost 6 a game. But in the 2 previous matchups, they out-rebounded Fairmont.
Nady with the drop down inside. Tough luck shot. Would not go for Morales. One and done on that trip. And here come the Fighting Falcons. Beat Wheeling Jesuit in the semifinals last night. Outside and good for Chase Morgan. The senior from Pineville rains down a 3.
Chase Morgan, a sharpshooter. Glenville can't afford to give him too many open looks because he's not going to miss very many.
Glenville saw a lot of full court pressure defense in the semifinals from West Liberty yesterday and handled it very well.
Yeah, when you talk about when you have so many guards, it's tough for a team like West Liberty to match up sometimes because that trapping defense, if you take care of the basketball, West Liberty has a tendency to struggle a little bit, if you can call struggle it.
Williams fouled as he goes hard to the basket. And that's going to be foul number 1 on Shamgod Wells, sophomore from Harlem, New York.
And that's right there we got a good look at the offense Glenville's going to run. We talked about with their guards, they're going to focus on those guards. They're going to try and spread you out and get a lot of dribble drives, a lot of penetration. That's where they live and die by.
Nady has a shot blocked out of bounds.
Harney wasn't fooled on that possession. Came from behind the screen to reject this shot.
Fairmont opens it a man-to-man. Nady takes it all the way inside and missed the bunny.
That was a great spin move. Just don't think he could have had the ability to regain his balance there as he came and squared up by the basket.
A couple of real good looks early for Glenville.
Yeah, if you're Glenville, you'd like to have some points on the board right now, but you can't be upset with the opportunities that you've had.
Rolling into the paint, back iron, no good for Harney. And he's missed a couple of easy shots here in the early going.
Yeah, he's been able to get his shot off early going, and those are shots he doesn't typically miss either. Maybe a little bit of jitters here in the championship game.
Absolutely. Wimbush with the rebound, and he'll bring it into the front court. Puts his head down and drives hard to the hole. Left it on the front of the rim, and we're going the other way.
Talk about a player like Wimbush just dripping with athleticism. So long and athletic. He's just a big force for this Fairmont squad. He makes a lot of plays for them.
Williams with a basketball. Guarded by Wimbush. Crossover. Takes it through. 3 from the deep corner would not go. The right-handed shot by Williams is short, and we're going the other way.
Dante Morales got a pretty good look there as he got penetration all the way to the rim. I think he was expecting a little contact there. It never came, and he left that shot a little short.
Wimbush, 25 feet from the basket. Jamel Morris made some big shots last night in the semifinals. The follow-away goes for Harney.
Harney really not known for his outside game, but you miss a couple bunnies. He said, I can step out here. I'll hit the 17-footer.
Diagonal pass, and that one is stolen. 2-on-1 back the other way. Wimbush rolls it home. And a good start for Fairmont State. They open with a 7-0 run.
Just a great finish there from Wimbush.
All the way to the basket. The right-hander goes up and good for Brett Morris, the sophomore from Webster County.
And Glenville needed that just for their confidence to see a shot go through. Coming up on a little over 4 minutes played here already. That's our first field goal.
And Morris is a big key for Glenville at both ends of the floor. Right now he's got Harney in the low post, so he's trying to play center at 6'5". Spins and scores again, Nick Harney. Two in a row.
Gotta like that quick spin from the big fella. Caught that, was calling for that ball the entire possession, finally got it and takes advantage.
Glenville has hit just one of their first 7 shots from the field in this championship game. Step back, three-point shot won't go for Williams. The rebound, the offensive board by Morris. He'll tee one up from outside the arc and miss it all. But Campbell with a great save.
Talked about rebounding was going to be a big factor in this game. Glenville right now out rebounding Fairmont.
Nady with a nice move as he knifed to the bucket and put it in off the window with a left hand. Glenville really needed that bucket.
Yeah, Nady had a big night last night. 17 points against West Liberty. Picking up where he left off early.
And that pass is stolen. Morales. Williams gets a screen up top. Nady for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound by Wimbush. Lost the handle. Wells picks it up. Wells goes hard to the hole and has that shot blocked by Morris.
Morris came out of nowhere to reject that shot. I don't think Wells even saw him.
Heavy defensive pressure by the Fighting Falcons. Ball deflected out of bounds. 13:46 to go in our first half. Fairmont State has come roaring out of the gate, looking for their first conference championship since 1984. They lead Glenville 9-4.
Whether you want to compete as an athlete or cheer from the stands, Concord has a place for you. If you're a veteran ready to use your GI benefits, Concord ranked number 3 in the nation for veterans by Military Times Edge magazine. If you started a degree but didn't finish, you may get credit for work, life, or military experience through our Regents Bachelor of Arts program. If you're looking for a quality school with quality programs, check us out at concord.edu.
Coming from a small town and a high school graduating class of just 30 students, I had no idea what to expect at college. What I found at Fairmont State are limitless possibilities. I'm the student government president. I work in the admissions office. I'm double majoring, and I have a great internship this year. I can really say my life changed here. I'm Mitch Moore. Fairmont State is helping me exceed my personal goals, and I can't wait to see what's next.
And we are back. 13:42 to go in our first half. Fairmont State leads Glenville State 9-4. Fairmont opened up on a 7-0 run. Glenville having a little bit of trouble finding the range right now. Just 2 of their first 11 from the field. And there's a foul. That's going to be 3 free throws for Morris. And Harney picks up the personal. And that would be a recipe for success for Glenville to get Harney in early foul trouble.
Absolutely. Anytime they can get him off the floor, because he's a tough force to deal with inside. But there's a rule in defense. You never foul a jump shooter, and you especially never foul a three-point jump shooter. I don't think Harney was expecting the pump fake there with so little time left on the shot clock.
Morris, just a 63% free throw shooter at the line. Knocks in the second, 1 more to come. Brian Winston comes into the game, replacing Luke Campbell for the Pioneers. Knocks down 2 of 3, it's 9-5. And just how big was that win for Stephen Dye, the head coach at Glenville, yesterday against West Liberty? He was asked about it in the post-game presser, and without hesitation said, hey, wins against Fairmont, those are great. But that was the #1 win for him as a coach. Long 3-point field goal attempt would not go for Jamel Morris, who's a Glenville transfer in this championship game. Offensive rebound for the Pioneers. Williams can't find the range, and it came right back to him.
Another offensive rebound now for Glenville. Second chance opportunity.
Step back 3-point shot wouldn't go for Morales. Here's Morgan. Morgan with a dump down to Harney. And they've changed the defensive assignment right now. Morales is guarding Harney.
Actually, looked like Glenville actually switched over to a little bit of a matchup 2-3 zone there. We saw him run it last night against West Liberty a little bit, had some pretty good success. And they're going to try it out again tonight.
Williams goes right to the basket on the baseline. Reggie Williams with a very quick step, lays it up and in, and just like that, Glenville only trails by a point.
Yeah, Jamel Morris, I think, got caught a little flat-footed as Williams went by, and man, what a quick first step he has.
Glenville defensively last night against West Liberty was magnificent. Held West Liberty to 68 points, their lowest point total in more than 3 years. From way downtown, Morgan barely touches iron, but the long rebound gives a fresh 35 to the Fighting Falcons.
Yeah, just to finish your thought about the job they did against West Liberty, you're talking about a team that averages nearly 104 points a game and held them to 68.
Lefty 3-point attempt would not go down for Morris. Loose ball. Harney collects it.
Harney working hard there on the interior. Great rebound.
Wells, laser pass inside to Harney, who swings it on in the bucket.
Harney just made that look too easy. Just a little flip of the wrist. Laid that right over top of the cylinder.
Wells' pass made it happen. Kicked ball will stay at this end.
Possession, Glenville. Substitution for Fairmont, number 30, Caleb Davis.
Caleb Davis and Trevor Andrews Evans check into the lineup. And Jawan Wells, 32, now in the game for the Pioneers.
When Glenville's been successful, it's because they were able to spread Fairmont out and get that dribble penetration. Looks like they're going to run a set play here. Try and get something with Nady inside, but Fairmont does a good job defending.
Glenville has missed their first 7 3-point attempts. Strong move to the bucket, the rejection by Andrews Evans.
Nearly saved that pass. That's exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. You get the block. Blocks are great, but blocks where you keep the ball in play are even better. Nearly had a great play there on the baseline.
Cedric Nady, the junior from Virginia Beach, will trigger it in. Loose ball and a shot clock violation.
Morales just never seemed to find the handle on that. And He's had a couple frustrating back-to-back 2 nights here. Held to 2 points in the first half of the matchup against West Liberty last night. Now did finish with 14, had a couple layups down the stretch, but again, 0 for 4 to start this basketball game.
Now you called it, Matt. Glenville's matching up right now. Jump step in the lane, and a nice finish in there by Morris.
Great body controls. He kind of drifted across the lane, the little left-handed scoop. Now talk about shooting the ball well. First round matchup, he had 9 threes, ended up having 3. He's got 12 threes already in this tournament.
Nice crossover, the dish inside for the finish by Wells. And now we're starting to see both of these offenses be a little bit more efficient in the half-court set.
Yeah, I think the jitters are starting to shake off a little bit, kind of getting to the rhythm, and now it's just a game.
Wells. And there's a steal. Coming back the other way. 2-on-1 with a trailer. And it's Winston who wins the race to the goal.
Wow, Winston, what foot speed. Got that tip. Wells turned around, but beat him down the floor. Winston able to get head and shoulders by.
1-point game. Drop back jump shot will roll home for Morris. So he's starting to feel it, getting some confidence built offensively here in the first half.
I think he likes this floor. He shoots very well here. Got a little bit of a shooter's roll there.
Backdoor cut. And the finish.
And that's exactly how Glenville wants to attack us. If you're playing a team that's going to pressure you on the outside, force up, get in passing lanes, you want to go backdoor, you want to get some back screens. But again, if you're overplayed, go backdoor, and you see it right there. Great pass and a great finish.
Morales used the rim for protection as they run the backdoor cut. 1-point game, 15-14.
We talked about it's going to be important to get Morales going.
Wells. 3 on the way, back iron, no good for Wimbush. Quickly, Williams into the front court. Glenville with a chance to take the lead here.
Stephen Dye talked about their game against West Liberty last night. They either wanted to shoot early or they wanted to shoot late. They didn't want those mid shot clock shots as a turnover there, but I think they're playing a similar strategy against Fairmont here. They want to take good shots when they can in transition, but if not, they're going to run a little bit of clock.
Just the 3rd turnover of the first half for Glenville, but suddenly the Pioneers back in the picture, trailing by just a point.
There's a lot to discover in college. But at West Virginia Wesleyan College, the most important thing you'll discover is yourself. Anytime you get together, perform together, or serve together, you'll be learning more about who you really are. West Virginia Wesleyan. Find your voice.
Founded in 1872, Glenville State College is the only 4-year college in Central West Virginia. But we are unquestionably the best small public liberal arts college in the country. Come visit us in person or online and see our new Waco Center with its Land Resources Department and sports facilities, as well as our new student housing and updated science labs. Come to Glenville and see why Glenville State College is where you belong.
Looking for a bank that's passionate about doing the right thing? Welcome to Huntington. 15-14. Fairmont had a 7-point lead. They led this game 7-0. Shamgod Wells, sophomore point guard. And you're thinking, I know that name. God Shamgod is his dad. His dad is still only 38 years old because he was a star at Providence, was on that team that made a deep run in the NCAAs in 1987, had a cup of coffee in the NBA, but spent a long time playing overseas. Played in the Middle East, Croatia, China.
Dubai, we were talking
allegedly
a little bit about the break.
Taught Kobe Bryant the crossover when they were teammates.
Something.
That's something, huh? Well, they were McDonald's All-Americans touring together. And his son has a good handle. He's a very steady point guard.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the apple falls too far from the tree.
For Jamel Morris. Long rebound controlled by Brandon Vega, who's checked into the game, the senior from Miami. So Vega running the point right now with Wells on the bench. And a travel by Davis.
Caleb Davis came in, had some big minutes against Wheeling Jesuit last night. Had 15 points, 6 of 8 from the floor, had a 3, hit some big free throws as well. Very physical guard he is.
Here's another opportunity for Glenville to take their first lead.
Glenville looks a little out of sorts on this possession. Maybe try and run a set play here.
Winston to the goal. Shot blocked. Second block of the first half from Andrews Evans.
Boy, he soared to get that one. He can jump.
Williams from way downtown barely catches iron with that.
And that's maybe the 3rd or 4th near shot clock violation for Glenville. Fairmont being very effective with their half-court man-to-man defense.
Oh, nice feed inside. Tough luck shot. Harney had that one halfway down.
I like that set play, though. They had Andrews Evans set the back screen, and Harney came right up between 2 Glendale defenders. Had a good look at that one. Unfortunately for them, it didn't fall.
Andrews Evans picks up the personal. That's his first. Chase Morgan comes back on the floor. Token pressure this time by the Fighting Falcons. Campbell went right into a trap and was lucky to keep possession of the ball.
And I like that trap by Fairmont. Kind of more of an opportunistic trap. They saw it there, had a good positioning, and had a really nice trap there. We'll get a second look at it here. This isn't a set trap or something they're doing. That's just Nick Harney playing basketball, realizing they have an opportunity there and going and almost getting a near steal.
Nady being marked by Davis. Counting down to 6 minutes to play to quickly played first half. Morris on a low block. Good ball movement leads to a 3, and it's up and good for Luke Campbell.
And that's actually only our second 3 of the night for either team. Glenville has both of them.
Glenville had missed their first 9 shots from outside the arc before Campbell found it that time. Davis with the runner. Harney the rebound, and he's fouled.
Harney working hard in there on the boards. It's his second offensive rebound, maybe 3rd. If you watch that replay, Glenville's got to do a better job. You got to get bodies in front of him. Nick Harney's so big, you've got to move him out away from the basket to keep him from getting those rebounds.
So Harney with 2 shots at the line. 74% free thrower. 1 more coming. I was in Cleveland at the Q when Harney was playing for Akron, and he had an unbelievable MAC tournament when he was a sophomore. Led them to wins against Kent State, against the Ohio Bobcats, and it was that team won the MAC championship and went to the NCAAs. For Keith Dambrot and the Zips, now Nick Harney would like to help lead the Falcons to the Division II postseason. And deliver the first conference championship to the Friendly City in 30-plus years.
1984. Of course, 1984 was a great year.
Nady rocks a three. So after missing 9 in a row, Glenville hits back-to-back from outside the arc, and they've got a 4-point lead. This is their largest.
Jared Calhoun talked about that defending the arc was going to be a big factor in this game for Fairmont. And up until the last 2 possessions, they've done a pretty decent job. They got to make sure they get out on shooters.
Harney, the jump stop in the lane, barely touched iron with that. Got a held ball situation, and the arrow points Glenville's way. And the Glenville fans behind their bench come to their feet as Glenville has moved into the lead on Fairmont State. 20-16, 4:43 to go, first half.
If you're traveling to the game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud title sponsor of the Mountain East Conference Basketball Championship.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Get ready for the best 4 years of your life at West Liberty University, where a quality education and hands-on learning awaits you, where $5 million in scholarships and the Metro rate makes a quality education possible, where living on campus, joining clubs, cheering for the Hilltoppers, and enjoying our beautiful campus give you the total college experience. It's all here at West Liberty University. Quality, affordable, total college experience.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. You need a job, a real job, a job that pays real money, a job that lets you drive this instead of this, that lets you live here instead of here. New jobs are coming to West Virginia. Great jobs, money jobs, jobs with a future. I'm talking 30,000 new jobs a year. But here's the catch. That high school diploma, it's not enough. In 2 years or less, you can get the skills you need for the life you want. So this is what you need to do. Visit mystatemylife.com for resources to prepare you to get hired and get paid. mystatemylife.com.
.43 to go until halftime. Glenville now with a 4-point lead on Fairmont, 20-16. Jared Calhoun over there, the coach of Fairmont State. After the game last night, Matt, one of the things he said that really stuck with me is this championship game this afternoon gives Fairmont a chance to get back to where they feel they belong. And that's at the top of the conference.
And what a job he's done. Look, just looking just straight at the athletes that he's brought in and the players and the talent he's been able to get. Fantastic job he's done here now just in his 3rd season.
3 in a row from outside the arc. Nady knocks in a triple.
And it's funny how made shots can be contagious, just like missed shots and turnovers. One starts going, you hit another one, and now Glenville with 3 threes.
Wells was cut off before he could drive.
Fairmont right now needs to find an answer for this matchup zone.
Wimbush lost the handle. Now Wells will tee it up from outside the arc. Glenville saves it in. Nice hustle play there by Wells.
Yeah, Wells saved it in, then had the presence of mind to not throw it just behind him because Wimbush was waiting there.
Another 3 on the way, no good. The rebound, foul is called. And Winston will go to the line.
That's why rebounding is so important, especially in the more competitive basketball games. You finally you force a missed shot, and it's very demoralizing to turn around and give up an opportunity just right after that.
Winston, 76% at the line. Hangs it in there. Winston averaging 7.5 points per game. Davis will take a seat.
Chase Morgan back on the floor for the Falcons. Trying to give him another threat out there on the arc. They got to find some way to solve this matchup zone from Glenville.
Fairmont at the defensive end has got to find a way to keep bodies off the glass. Right now, Glenville's got 9 offensive rebounds. Second triple of the first half for Morgan.
And that's one way to get somebody out of his own defense. Start knocking threes down from behind the arc.
Cuts the Glenville lead to 6. Wells, backdoor pass. And just won't hang in there for Winston.
Wow, that shot hit about every part of the rim, just wouldn't stay in there.
Quick move to the goal by Wells. That shot is blocked. Hell ball situation will stay at this end. The arrow pointing Fairmont's way.
And if you're Jared Calhoun, the scoreboard's not where you want it to be, but you got to like this effort from Harney. He's been really working hard on that glass, going after every rebound. Earns a tie up there, and they keep possession.
Harney's got the ball, and now gives it back to Wells. Harney in the first half, 7 points and 5 rebounds so far.
And you got to feed him here. I think you got to get him the basketball. Feed the big fella down there.
Turns on Morris with a jump hook, couldn't finish it. Wells the rebound, and here comes Glenville.
Pretty good defense from Morris there. If you're Coach Calhoun, though, you'd like to see Harney go to the basket, take it up strong there. You want something to the rim.
Glenville winning the battle of the boards right now, 20-14. And there's a steal. Loose ball, Morgan's got it.
Got to love that hustle by Winbush. Knew he couldn't collect it, just dribbled over and tapped it to a teammate.
A wide open look for 3. It's good for Jamel Morris. Timeout, Glenville State. Now you know this, Matt, as a former player at Bethany and a great scorer there as well. Sometimes the toughest shots are the ones where you're all alone. But look at Davis, or check that Morris on that.
Morris, he had shot that with some confidence. A lot of times on those shots, you're wide open. You have a tendency to hesitate a little bit. No hesitation, turned around, squared himself, and what a pretty jumper he has.
3-point field goal shooting. Glenville 3 of 12, but consider they were 0 for their first 9. Fairmont State 3 of 10 from outside the arc right now.
And Morris, as he knocks that down, if you take a look at that brace on his left leg, he actually had ACL surgery, actually playing without an ACL. Completely tore it, excuse me, his right leg. Get a look at it there, playing without that ACL, but hasn't affected his jumper much, has it?
No. Fairmont State counter-punching. Back, now down just 3. Inside of 2 minutes to play first half. Tough pass. Collected and scored by Morales. There was all kinds of traffic around that basketball. But it found the target, and Morales put it home. Lob inside. Harney. 2 more. He's got 9.
Harney just had a huge advantage in there over Williams. They just lobbed it right over the top. The big fella went up and got it. Thought he might hammer that one home.
Williams. And a good look. That's a 2-point field goal for Morales.
He's starting to heat up a little bit. Sometimes it gets that confidence going. You get a couple layups. Just good to see the ball go through the hoop.
Inside of 1 minute to play, first half. Wells Slicing through, the lefty layup attempt wouldn't go for Morris. Williams collects it and scores it.
Not a good sign for Fairmont. Just got beat down the floor. Williams just turned the Jets on and beat everyone back.
And Jared Calhoun wants a timeout.
I think this is a timeout just to kind of yell at him a little bit. You guys got to pick it up. You got to be aware, especially this late in the half. That gives Glenville a chance for a 2-for-1.
So you've got about a 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And here's Williams. That's too easy. Somebody's got to stop the ball.
Yeah, no one stepped up. Not good communication from Fairmont there. Someone's got to be talking, have their head up, be aware of where the basketball is. I think they were expecting Glenville to just walk it up there and try and hold for one, but Glenville goes straight to the rack and gets the easy layup.
Well, you know why this game has moved so quickly here in the first half?
Why is that?
How about there's been no fouls called? Glenville's committed 1 foul in the first half.
You're exactly right. 1 foul, Fairmont only 4. And
so when was the last time you saw a game in West Virginia that didn't go into the bonus with at least one team in the first half?
I don't know that I've ever seen that, especially in this type of matchup, a rivalry matchup. We were expecting, and not that it hasn't been physical, but I think it's just been very good officiating, letting them play, let the players decide, and calling what they have to.
All right, Fairmont's going to run the time down. Now inside of 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now inside of 10 seconds in the first half. Harney had it stripped, got it back, and scores. That will count. And that's the end of the first half.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the first half.
So Glenville goes to the break with a 31-26 lead on the Fairmont State Fighting Falcons. Harney collected that basketball, put it back up and in. He's got 11 points to lead all scores at the break. Our halftime activities from the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum will begin following this message. It's the Men's East Conference Championship game. We're at the break. Glenville 31, Fairmont State 26.
At Urbana University's Center for Adult and Professional Studies, students complete career-relevant degrees in as little as 24 months in small class sizes, taught by accomplished faculty whose accessible, open-door policies foster a mentor relationship that continues through college and beyond. To find out more about earning your degree and how Urbana can focus on your success, call 1-855-7-URBANA.
Going into medical school, got to talk to my advisor, who was a pre-medical advisor, and he was telling me what I needed to do, what classes I should take, what I should focus on more.
This is one of the best places that I have been able to feel myself. I'm an individual here.
I am Charlie Fox, and I will make a difference in the environment.
I'm Chad Moore, and I am a Shepherd Ram.
I'm Dr. Bert Lidgerding. I stay at Shepherd because I help students succeed. I am a Shepherd Ram.
Nabbed, booked, locked up. Case closed? You don't know ARP. Because the AARP Fraud Watch Network means everyone can protect themselves and their families from scams and identity theft. With local alerts, tips from law enforcement, and the inside scoop from former con artists. Real possibilities to stay ahead of the bad guys. If you don't think beat con men at their own game when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Find more surprising possibilities and get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
Introducing the newest NCAA Division II conference, the Mountain East. Featuring 16 NCAA championship sports, giving students the chance to compete at the highest levels of D2 scholarship athletics. In year one, top 10 teams in volleyball, football, and basketball. 12 colleges and universities, one mission: providing opportunity, pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
Here inside the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, it is halftime and the Mountain East Conference Championship game. Glenville leads the Fairmont State Falcons 31-26. Matt Drehas joins me here at halftime. And Matt, I got to tell you, eerily similar numbers when you take these teams not getting to the free throw line, not a lot of turnovers, and both the teams struggled at times offensively, but as the first half rolled along, it seemed like they got their rhythm.
They did. I think there was a little bit of pre-game jitters. This is a big game. We talked about both these teams looking for their first win in a long time. A lot of pressure with that, and it did take them a little bit while, but they settled in maybe around the 12, 10-minute mark, and really we saw some pretty good half in the first half.
What do you think the pace of play, which team does it favor in your estimation?
You know what? For the first half, I thought it favored Fairmont. They were able to slow the pace down, make it a half-court game like they wanted to. And then as Glenville started to make their run, it was because they were able to get out and run a little bit in transition, get some easy baskets, or get some quick ball reversals and quick drives to the bucket.
What about Nick Harney? He's such a difficult matchup inside for Glenville. Had a good first half, 11 points to go along with 5 rebounds. He's been a force in the game.
He absolutely has. And I thought actually Glenville did a pretty decent job on him. They are very outmatched on the interior, and they did a pretty decent job. And I think that's why they played zone for much of the half, so it's easier to bring that double team over. But Harney, as you mentioned, I don't know that you can stop him. You just hope to contain him.
What do you think about the pressure these teams are feeling playing for this conference championship game? I mean, no one could have imagined that we'd be playing for this championship this afternoon and West Liberty would not be involved.
I think you're right. I just think that right now they're not worried about that. I think at halftime they just want to get this game over with, and they'll worry about that afterwards.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll join Mark Martin, and he'll have a word with Reed Amos, the commissioner of the Mountain East. 31-26, Glenville leads Fairmont at the break.
If you're traveling to the game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud title sponsor of the Mountain East Conference Basketball Championship.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
It's never gonna happen. Dude, it's never gonna happen. Dude.
Not gonna happen.
No way. Hey, dude, I just sent her a friend request. It's never gonna happen, bro.
Mom says you shouldn't text and drive. You'll cause an accident.
Whatever. That's never gonna happen.
At Tudor's Biscuit World, we use the freshest ingredients in our made-from-scratch biscuits. That's why they're so hearty and delicious. And when we smother them with our home-style sausage gravy, nothing tastes better. That's real homemade goodness. If you're craving more, you can double your order with 2 taste-tempting biscuits. Now that's a meal. The Biscuit and Gravy Platter. Hot and fresh biscuits, made from scratch homemade gravy. Served all day long and only available at Tudor's Biscuit World.
At MVB Bank, we have one simple objective: to give you the very best of everything you could possibly want and need in a bank. That's it. We believe most people just want a really great bank with top-notch products like checking with cash back, nationwide ATM fee refunds, great CD and car loan rates, and more. Together with our awesome team and the convenience of state-of-the-art technology they can count on. It's no extra fluff, just good, honest banking. We're MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Member FDIC.
Here in Charleston, our halftime activities continue at the Mountain East Conference Men's Championship game. Glenville leads Fairmont State 31-26. Let's send it over to Mark Martin, who's standing by with the league's commissioner.
All right, thanks a lot, Dave. Reed Amos with us. And first of all, let's get your impressions on Women's Championship #2 in the Mountain East Conference.
We've had a great week, Mark. We've had fantastic games on both the women's and the men's side. That Women's Championship game was an outstanding performance by West Liberty, but they had to survive a double overtime game in the quarterfinals just to get to the semis where they needed overtime to win. I think that tells you a lot about how deep and competitive the Mountain East Conference is, and West Liberty certainly had to earn its women's tournament title.
And you got a great one going here against two very good basketball programs steeped in tradition.
Glenville State had a terrific performance to knock off the top seed West Liberty, which is likely to host the Atlantic Regional, the NCAA Division II tournament starting next weekend, and now holding the 5-point lead against Fairmont State at halftime. And Fairmont State, an outstanding program too. Both of these teams sitting on the bubble right now to potentially make the NCAA tournament. I don't know what more we could ask for on a Sunday afternoon, Mark.
Well, what a difference a year makes, and I know you're proud of a lot of things that has transpired, one being how these games are being viewed by basketball fans.
Absolutely. We crowds this week despite terrible weather on Thursday and Friday, so we've been pleased with the turnout and the support that we've gotten. And for those that couldn't be here, our partnership with Metro News Sports, we're so excited about it. And I think with the viewership has been tremendous this week online, and then Tuesday night on Root Sports Pittsburgh in prime time. Just terrific for the Mountain East Conference, and we're looking forward to what the future could hold working with Metro News.
Well, certainly this is a showcase event, but it's been a successful time with a lot of other sports as well.
Yeah, no question. We're very fortunate to have seen our 12 members have outstanding successes in just this, the second year of the conference. The majority of our members have been in NCAA Division II for 2 decades, and none of our institutions in any of the sports that we sponsor as a championship have played for a national title. We've already had 2 do that. West Liberty in men's basketball, Charleston in men's soccer, Concord football made it to the national semifinals. That had only happened once in 20 years for our members, and Wheeling Jesuit got to a national semifinal in volleyball. I think this deep and competitive league is really helping all ships rise on a rising tide.
All right, Reed, we're proud of this Mountain East Conference, proud of what you're doing. Keep up the great work.
Mark, pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
Reed Amos with us, the commissioner of the Mountain East Conference, and send it back over to Dave and Matt.
All right, Mark, thanks a lot. We'll take a quick break and come back with highlights and stats. At the break, Glenville leads Fairmont by 5.
I decided I was going to get my degree online, but didn't know where to go. I wanted the flexibility of taking classes online, but I also wanted the advantages of being on campus. Then I heard about Notre Dame College in Cleveland. It's right in my own backyard. Now I can get the best of both worlds, affordable online programs and campus support. With Notre Dame Online, I have a personal advisor and teachers who are available over the internet or in person. Who else does that? Notre Dame College is globally recognized with an inspiring 90-year educational record that employers are very familiar with. And that's good for me and my career. And there's no shortage of alumni who have some very impressive distinctions and salaries. Whether face-to-face, online, or a combination of both, Notre Dame College is the perfect fit for me. And it's right here in my own backyard.
Get more information about undergrad and graduate degree programs. Log on to NotreDameDegree.com. NotreDameDegree.com.
Here in Charleston, both teams have returned to the court. Our second half is coming up. Glenville leads Fairmont State at the break, 31-26. Tell you what, man, I don't really sense momentum for either team right now. Do you?
No, I think it's pretty evenly matched. I think we talked about it with the stats eerily similar. I think momentum's could go either way. It's going to be who comes out gets a quicker start in the second half.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from our first 20-minute session. Dante Morales, great defensive player, and he's also effective around the rim as well. Had 6 points in the first half. Morales here lines up a jump shot and drops it on down. And we were talking about Nick Harney inside for the Fairmont State Fighting Falcons. He had a good half as well, 11 points to go along with 5 rebounds. And he's really the only true post presence in this game.
Absolutely. Winbush will go in and play a little bit, but Harney's really the only player that's going to be a straight back to the back. And we see some of the skills he has here. What a quick spin. He's just got great footwork underneath.
All right, and here's a quick look at the stats for the first half of action. Both teams around 40%. How about the rebounding? Glenville with a 21-14 edge there, and they also have the edge in the points in the paint. Second half coming up. Glenville leads Fairmont by 5.
Use your gifts.
1, 2, 3, go!
Use your talents. Use your faith. Use your mind. Use your heart. Use your you. Wheeling Jesuit University, making a private Jesuit education affordable through merit-based scholarships.
Introducing the newest NCAA Division II conference, the Mountain East. Featuring 16 NCAA championship sports, giving students the chance to compete at the highest levels of D2 scholarship athletics. In year 1, top 10 teams in volleyball, football, and basketball. 12 colleges and universities, one mission, providing opportunity, pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
West Virginia State is known for pushing boundaries, exploring new opportunities, and investing in the community. A passionate pursuit of excellence inside and outside the classroom ignites our students' abilities, leading to great achievements today and long into the future. Find your passion at West Virginia State University.
Nabbed, booked, locked up. Case closed? You don't know ARP. Because the AARP Fraud Watch Network means everyone can protect themselves and their families from scams and identity theft. With local alerts, tips from law enforcement, and the inside scoop from former con artists. Real possibilities to stay ahead of the bad guys. If you don't think beat con men at their own game when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Find more surprising possibilities and get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
Accidents, debilities, and surgery can make living your day-to-day life difficult. At Logan Regional Medical Center's outpatient therapy, we offer comprehensive specialized physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all in one location. Outpatient therapy is an important component of successful recovery from injuries. Let us get you back to your life. Logan Regional Medical Center, quality health care close to home.
Stephen Dye, the head coach at Glenville, has his Pioneers in front by 5. Jared Calhoun wants to change that if he can as the head coach of the Falcons. Sitting there with Joe Mazzulla, the former WVU guard, who was once an assistant at Glenville and is now an assistant at Fairmont State. You know, Matt, this is usually the time of the game where I talk about who's in foul trouble, but that's not the case. Glenville only committed 1 foul as a team in the first half. Fairmont State only 4, and nobody has more than 1. On the drive, Reggie Williams had that ball stripped. Will stay at this end. 20 on the shot clock.
They may ask those officials to give back some of their game fee. Only blew the whistle 5 times.
Campbell gets a good look. Can't save it, and the ball belongs to Fairmont State.
Got a set play from Glenville there. Shot just didn't drop.
Nady leads Glenville with 8 points. Morales with 6. Harney with 11 points for the Fighting Falcons. Morris has 7. Those are your leading scorers.
Glenville going to stay with that matchup zone, but I tell you what, they better know where Chase Morgan is at all times.
Wells with a good look from the wing. On line, but too strong. Morris the rebound. And quickly the Pioneers into the front court. Morales back to Morris, and they'll reset. Morris kicks it back outside.
Morris fortunate he didn't travel on that possession. Got kind of caught two-footed there.
I think he thought about the drive, and Harney was just waiting for him there at the rim. Jump shot would not go for Williams. The rebound by Wimbush.
What a box out by Wells. Nady had that lined up, and Wells came out and just shielded him away.
Harney inside, a whistle before the shot. This is going to go against Morales. His first, and just the second foul called in this game against Glenville.
That's impressive considering the size and athletic ability of Fairmont and the way they play. To only have 2 fouls at this point in the game is almost unbelievable.
Morgan. Morgan had 2 3-point field goals in the first half. Misses from the left corner. Race to the other end. Williams is able to finish with the right hand.
Williams is so fast. About the 3rd time today we've seen him just beat everybody down the floor on the dribble.
Harney immediately double teamed, turns, misses. Battle for the loose ball will stay at this end. Boy, the moment Harney touched the ball on the low post, the help defense was tremendous for Glenville. Here's Williams going coast to coast.
Great step through from Williams there.
3-point field goal attempt by Wimbush out of the corner, rattles out. Glenville with an opportunity to match their largest lead. Morris swings it. And the rebound by Wimbush.
And both teams look just a little out of sorts, I think, offensively.
It's going to be a block call. And we'll go against Campbell. His first.
Get a second look at it here. The block charge, one of the most difficult calls to make. Very tough call against Luke Campbell. Thought he slid in there in time. I do a little bit of officiating myself, and I can tell you the block charge is not an easy call to make.
Oh, nice feed inside. Wells to Harney, who lays it in. He's got 13 points.
And give credit to that for Wimbush on a great screen. I've always been a fan. I think, especially as a post player, I would feel this way. You usually get a credit for an assist if you set a great screen.
In and out for Williams. And the ball is out of bounds.
Unforced turnover there for Glenville.
That was Nady, had his foot on the sideline.
I think Campbell couldn't decide if he was going to try and throw it to Morris or to Nady, and Nady kind of stepped in front of the pass.
Both of these teams have really done a tremendous job taking care of the basketball. Fairmont has only 3 turnovers to this point. Jump shot up and good for Wimbush. Boy, he really gets up in the air, full extension.
I'm not sure how you could even block that jump shot. He goes so high.
So Morris picks up the foul for Fairmont. Championship game of the Mountain East Conference. The top seed, West Liberty, stunned in the semifinal round last night by Glenville in a dominant performance. And we've got a foul called off the ball on Shamgod Wells.
We're making up for all those foul calls we didn't call in the first half. We're getting them out here early in the second half. Of course, I think the guys are being a lot more aggressive now. You're starting to get a little bit, not to crunch time yet, but the second half, and you're going to play hard.
Morales out of control a little bit. He's got it back.
Great defense by Fairmont. It seemed like Glenville was poised to get a wide open three, but Fairmont rotated perfectly.
Turnover, back the other way comes Morris. And that's going to be a charge, an offensive foul against Morris.
A lot of times those block charge calls are going to be 50-50 calls. One went this way, we'll get a second look. Campbell does a good job sprinting back here to get in position.
Oh, man.
That is a tough call against Morris.
Nady with a quick first step, able to finish, and a foul. When he turned the corner, he would not be denied, and a chance at a three-point play.
I guess he just a quick first step and just powers his way to the basket. Now a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Nady is the first Pioneer in double figures.
Tell you what, it's been a pretty balanced attack for Glenville. Everyone that played so far has at least 2 points.
So Shamgod Wells will sit down with 3 personal fouls. Nady, 74% at the line. Back rim, no good. The rebound by Wimbush. He's got 6 boards in the game.
And every time he jumps, I'm just amazed how high he gets off the floor. Had a couple highlight dunks last night.
Harney and Morales was able to stand his ground.
Morales did a good job not fouling there. I was waiting for the whistle because in that type of situation, so many times guys end up just slapping.
And a whistle away from the ball. This is going to go against Fairmont State. So Morris picks up the foul. So now suddenly Morris has 3 and Wells has 3.
Fairmont does not want to have to put Morris on the bench.
And Brett Morris throws that one into the bench.
Just got a little bit out of control there, trying to do a little too much. Stephen Dye on the sideline telling him just calm down, take it easy. Just got to slow down sometimes, especially in this point of the game. You get a little too fast.
Nice splitting of the defense, and a foul is called. This is going to go against Morris and put Harney on the line for 2.
Great job by Harney. Slid across the lane, found the open spot, and they found him. Got a chance to earn 2 points at the line.
Plot thickens. Fairmont State with a chance to cut the deficit. They trail Glenville by 5.
If you're traveling to the game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud title sponsor of the Mountain East Conference Basketball Championship.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Founded in 1872, Glenville State College is the only 4-year college in Central West Virginia. But we are unquestionably the best small public liberal arts college in the country. Come visit us in person or online and see our new Waco Center with its Land Resources Department and sports facilities, as well as our new student housing and updated science labs. Come to Glenville and see why Glenville State College is where you belong.
Whether you want to compete as an athlete or cheer from the stands, Concord has a place for you. If you're a veteran ready to use your GI benefits, Concord ranked number 3 in the nation for veterans by Military Times Edge magazine. If you started a degree but didn't finish, you may get credit for work, life, or military experience through our Regents Bachelor of Arts program. If you're looking for a quality school with quality programs, check us out at concord.edu.
14:58 to go, 35-30, Glenville with the lead, and just a few days ago, West Virginia lost a basketball legend, 86-year-old Earl Lloyd, the first African-American to play in the NBA, passed. Here he is, seen at the dedication of the new arena on the campus of West Virginia State, first with Oscar Robertson, then with Bill Russell. Earl Lloyd, a great gentleman, former head coach of the Detroit Pistons, passes at the age of 86. He will be missed. 14:58 to go. Fairmont State at the free throw line. First shot by Harney, no good. This is only going to be the fourth free throw shot today by Fairmont State.
And I'm sure that's something they talked about at halftime. They got to do a better job getting to the rim to try and draw those fouls.
Harney misses both. Falcons 1 of 4 at the line. Glenville 4 of 6. Williams couldn't spin it home. Harney the rebound. He's got a half a dozen boards to go along with 13 points in this game.
Harney, kind of surprising to see him miss 2 free throws. 74% free throw shooter on the year. He doesn't miss them back-to-back too often.
Campbell exits and Winston comes back on the floor for Glenville. Harney inside finishes.
Great cut by Harney. Saw the opening. I'm not sure if that was the design of the play or not, but he saw it, made a great cut. They found him in a tough finish.
Morris spinning, shooting, and will be at the line for 2.
Morris again, good eye there as well. Good spin move, and Chase Morgan gets called with the reach in.
Morris has really been a jack of all trades, playing inside, outside. He's guarded Harney today.
Yeah, Morris listed only at 6'4", but as you mentioned, playing tough inside. That's not an easy matchup for anybody, but especially not when you're giving up 4 inches.
Hits 1 of 2, and the lead for Glenville is 4. 36-32, 14 minutes to go, second half, a low-scoring game. Nady picks up the personal, his second.
And we talked about how neither team got into the bonus in the first half. Glenville now is going to be in the bonus here. It's Fairmont's last foul was their 6th. The next one will put Glenville at the line.
Wimbush, that's a 3, and it's a 1-point game.
Wow, he stepped up and hit that with some confidence. He missed that last 3 from the corner, kind of said, my bad, I didn't square up, and that time squared his shoulders nicely. Just a pretty looking jump shot.
Fairmont State 4 of 14 from outside the arc. Glenville just 3 of 15, but remember, they missed their first 9 before they finally knocked one in from outside. Morales has the ball stripped. And that foul is going to go on Winston.
Winston just stepped in there, and Wimbush had a full head of steam when those two made contact. Get a second look at Morales' drive there. Quick hands by Wimbush, able to push it away, and then the foul against Wimbush.
That was actually a pretty good foul because Caleb Davis was alone under the basket at the other end. Would have been an easy bucket for Fairmont State.
Yeah, extremely heads-up play there.
And Morris is fouled as he slashes to the goal. Reggie Williams picks up the foul.
And just like that, now Fairmont's in the bonus.
Falcons looking to take the lead here. They've trailed by as many as 9. They led early by 7. Wimbush couldn't get it to hang in there. Right in front of the rim. Ball knocked out of bounds. It belongs to the Pioneers.
Just a little left-handed scoop. We saw him make that shot earlier. This time it doesn't fall, just got a little too much rim.
Williams lost it. Here comes Davis, all the way to the basket, lays it up and in to put the Falcons in front.
How fast is Davis? He got from half court to laying it in a flash.
And the flags are flying behind the Falcon bench.
Yeah, that last basket by Davis got the Falcon fans on their feet.
3 on the way, and a big-time answer by Morales.
Just a little bit of miscommunication. Davis started to drop while they were switching. Led Morales wide open, and you can't leave a guy that talented that wide open.
Backdoor cut, and a foul is called, and Davis will step up for 2.
Davis is coming on here late, just like he did last night. Talked about already, had 15 points, 6 of 8 from the floor, and he made some big plays down the stretch, and you're seeing back-to-back possessions, just how talented he is, and he comes off their bench.
Just 58% at the line. This one would tie the game.
Friendly rim, friendly roll there on the bounce.
Glenville just 2 of 8 from the field here.
And Fairmont gets back into that three-quarter court token pressure where they just kind of, more of a tempo pressure, try and make Glenville have to work a little bit, keep them from just running the ball up the floor.
Wells finds Morales wide open, and he knocks in another 3.
And he is starting to heat up. Again, they leave him open, almost same spot as he hit the last one. And if you're Fairmont, you've got to find Dante Morales on the defensive end.
So back and forth we go. Morales hits a pair of 3s here to put Glenville back in front. Contact and a foul on Winston.
Winston, similar plays we saw in the first half, or excuse me, just in the full quarter just a few minutes ago.
So Morris, the Gahanna, Ohio native and the transfer from Glenville, steps up for the 1-and-1. The first one from the lefty is good.
Tell you what, he has had such a big tournament for Fairmont State, just made shots when they needed to. We talked about already hitting 9 threes in the opening round.
Makes them both.
And he's having himself a pretty good afternoon here as well.
Here comes some pressure from Fairmont. Williams beats it. And then Wells collects that pass, and Morales goes skidding, lost his footing, and there's going to be a foul called on Caleb Davis.
As a coach, you'll be telling your players, you can't allow front cuts. You can never let someone cut in front of your face. Whenever you allow a face cut, bad things happen. And right there, we just see it. Dante Morales able to cut in front of Caleb Davis, and Caleb Davis trailing the play ends up pushing and puts Morales at the line.
And he earns the bonus. One of 2. Wimbush gets the rebound. So in this tight affair for the tournament championship of the Mountain East Conference here in Charleston, Fairmont can tie the game or take the lead with a 3 on this trip. And there's a foul on Williams. So Williams picks up his second, and Fairmont will go right back to the free throw line with Morris.
And you kind of feel the intensity is picked up a little more than it was in the first half. This is kind of more of the game we were expecting to have. Very physical, Both teams matching up very tough. And I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more free throws before we put a wrap on this game.
I think you're right about that. There's Jared Calhoun pacing the Fairmont State sidelines. I think this grinder part of the game really favors Fairmont State.
Yeah, absolutely. This is more of the style they want. They want to make it more of a half-court game where they can pound it inside to their big guys, try and force you to play more of a slow-down offense, and that's kind of what we're seeing. That's really the point of this little three-quarter court trapping press. They just try and slow down Glenville's momentum.
Good trap by Fairmont. Nearly the steal. Wells swings it out to the deep left corner, and the three is good by Nady. And a timeout by Glenville.
And that's what you're going to risk when you run that type of trap. If you're going to trap in the half court, if there's a quick ball reversal like we just saw there, you're going to leave a shooter wide open, and Nady takes advantage there.
Wells did a great job finding Nady, and he knocked down a three. Glenville leads Fairmont 46-43, 10 minutes to play.
Truth Talk with Frank.
Big Cable raised its rates consistently for 18 years. Frontier gives a 3-year price guarantee with no contract and no rate hikes. That's the truth.
Get the speeds you need and the service you deserve with Frontier high-speed internet for $19.99 per month with qualifying phone service.
The truth will set you free. From Big Cable.
Make the hassle-free switch to a company that tells the truth. Call 1-888-FRONTIER today.
At Urbana University's Center for Adult and Professional Studies, students complete career-relevant degrees in as little as 24 months in small class sizes, taught by accomplished faculty whose accessible, open-door policies foster a mentor relationship that continues through college and beyond. To find out more about earning your degree and how Urbana can focus on your success, call 1-855-7-URBANA.
And we welcome you back live inside the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Great game here between Glenville and Fairmont, 46-43 in the championship of the Mountain East Conference. We talked about Jamel Morris once being a member of the Glenville program. Also assistant coach Joe Mazzulla, a former Mountaineer basketball standout with Bob Huggins on that Fairmont staff now, but had been a member of the staff at Glenville State College. And on that Glenville State College bench, assistant coach Bill Lilly, his father Jess, was one of the all-time great coaches in the old West Virginia Conference and still the winningest coach in Glenville State College basketball history. The late Jess Lilly certainly watching from the heavens above today this great Mountain East Conference championship game, guys.
All right, good stuff, Mark. Jess Lilly, tell you what, one of the all-timers. Three-point field goal up and good for Wimbush.
Wimbush, he's heating up a little bit himself. That's his second three already here in the second half.
Game tied at 46, 9.5 minutes to go.
Tell you what, both these teams able to answer right back. Just when you think one team's going to pull ahead, the other team has the answer.
Nice give and go. Morales to Morris for two.
And right on cue, Morris makes a great back cut, just slipped the screen a little bit. Harney was a little bit late trailing him, and Morris able to lay that in easily.
Davis has been getting a lot of minutes at the point. Shamgod Wells in foul trouble has spent a lot of time here in the second half on the bench with 3 personals. Davis swings it over to Morris. Inside of 10 seconds on the shot clock. Morris with the left hand won't go. Tapped out of bounds and will stay at this end.
Wimbush initially caught that. Didn't see Chase Morgan. Was actually wide open on the right wing there. And he swung it. Morgan would have got a pretty good look at it.
8:43 to go here in the second half. Morales knocking down the 3-pointers for Glenville. They've got a 2-point lead.
If you're traveling to the game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud title sponsor of the Mountain East Conference Basketball Championship.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Coming from a small town and a high school graduating class of just 30 students, I had no idea what to expect at college. What I found at Fairmont State are limitless possibilities. I'm the student government president. I work in the admissions office. I'm double majoring, and I have a great internship this year. I can really say my life changed here. I'm Mitch Moore. Fairmont State is helping me exceed my personal goals, and I can't wait to see what's next.
There's a lot to discover in college. But at West Virginia Wesleyan College, the most important thing you'll discover is yourself. Anytime you get together, perform together, or serve together, you'll be learning more about who you really are. West Virginia Wesleyan. Find your voice.
Looking for a bank that's passionate about doing the right thing? Welcome to Huntington. 8:43 to go here in the second half. Mountain East Conference Men's Tournament Championship game. Glenville, the 5 seed, taking on the number 2 seeded Fairmont State Fighting Falcons. Glenville knocked out West Liberty in convincing fashion in the semifinals last night.
Yeah, well-deserved victory for Glenville and showing now why they deserve to be in this championship game.
Fairmont shooting 40% here in the second half. Looking to tie or take the lead on this trip. Morgan's hit a couple of threes here, but couldn't get anything going there. Finally, the runner, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
I think they're going to get Harney there with a push off on that rebound. We'll get a second look. Strong take by Davis. Takes some contact there, but I think they said Harney held off on with the left arm as he went up for that rebound.
So that's his second personal foul.
Which is pretty impressive for as physical as a player as he is to only have 2 fouls in this type of game. He's doing something right.
Morales with 13 points. Earns the bonus. Fairmont with 18 fouls. Glenville has 9, so the next Pioneer foul will put the Falcons in the double bonus. One free throw, and Morales now has 14 points. Harney leads all scorers with 15 for the Fighting Falcons. A long three-pointer by Wimbush would not go down. Falcon fans and the Falcon bench wanted to call on Williams over the top.
Williams reached through about 3 Fairmont players to get a tip on that, tipped it over to a teammate.
Nady. And a travel. 10th turnover for Glenville.
Yeah, Williams got caught there, Wells got caught there, was going to throw the pass, it was taken away and just drug the pivot foot a little bit before he could get the ball and back down on the floor.
Three ties the game. And a steal. That's Wells with a trailer. Nady takes it back outside. Morales on the other side of the floor screaming for the basketball.
He was wide open and Wells had a good screen. He was going to set a flare screen for him. Then Morales would have got a pretty good look at a 3 there, I think.
Morales has it as the shot clock goes under 10. Morris posting up inside. Williams for 3. Offline. And stuck.
Not a good miss there. The ball gets, like, I haven't seen that play in a while. And the shortest player on the floor,
that's great.
Shamgar Wells is going to go get it.
Wells ran right in there. Wells is optimistically listed at 5'9".
Jamal Moore said, here, I'll get that for you.
Yeah, I help you, big guy.
And Wells' defense, he has been on the bench for a couple minutes. He probably needs to stretch those legs out a little bit.
No doubt, that's it. Fairmont very deliberate in this half-court set. Harney with a screen up top for Morgan. Morris, 5 on the shot clock. The lefty fires, no good. Wells with a strong rebound for Glenville. Whip it inside for Morales. Wells is able to deflect it. Pioneers get it back. Morales can't finish, but he picks up the foul, and that's going to be 3 on Harney. And Morales is going right back to the line.
I like that hustle by Shamgar Wells as he was able to deflect that ball, but Morris just unable to handle it. And Morris for Glenville picks it up and finds Morales underneath. And Morales did the right thing, went attacked right away before he gave Harney time to get set up. So many times you'll see somebody hesitate there on the block. Whereas if you get that ball initially, you want to go up as quickly as possible before the defense has time to get set.
Morales has now missed 2 of his last 3 at the stripe. Hangs in 1 of 2. It's a 4-point game. Glenville led this game by 5 at the half, 31-26. The lead is 4 right now as we turn under 6 minutes to play. Wells with a quick step, and that's going to be an offensive foul, and that will be his 4th.
Wells, I think, just getting a little bit frustrated there. Get a second look at it here. Nady steps in well, and when you start to extend that elbow out a little bit, a lot of times you're going to make yourself more likely to earn that charge call.
Williams cut off at the baseline. Here's Morris with a nice ball fake. They swing it. Nady for 3. Offline, no good. Morris tipped it back outside, and Glenville will keep it.
Very demoralizing play there for Fairmont State. Played pretty good defense, forced kind of a tough shot from Nady, and then you turn around and give up an offensive rebound. Now both teams being very deliberate in the half-court offense. Going to shorten this game as much as possible.
Morales on the crossover. Strong move to the goal. Shot wouldn't go. Wimbush, the rebound, took some contact, brings it all the way to the other end and lays it up and in.
Love that play by Wimbush. No one stepped over to stop the ball. You've got to go to the rack in that situation, and he does.
Took some contact at both ends of the floor and made the plays. Williams, he's fouled, and that's going to go against Chase Morgan.
Chase Morgan's got to be very careful with that reaction. Cannot take a technical in this situation.
4.5 minutes to go. Wimbush going coast to coast for the Falcons. They trail by 2, and it's getting late.
If you're traveling to the game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud title sponsor of the Mountain East Conference Basketball Championship.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Introducing the newest NCAA Division II conference, the Mountain East. Featuring 16 NCAA championship sports, giving students the chance to compete at the highest levels of D2 scholarship athletics. In year 1, top 10 teams in volleyball, football, and basketball. 12 colleges and universities, one mission: providing opportunity, pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
Use your gifts.
1, 2, 3, go!
Use your talents. Use your faith. Use your mind. Use your heart. Use your you. Wheeling Jesuit University, making a private Jesuit education affordable through merit-based scholarships.
Hey you, yeah you. You need a job, a real job, a job that pays real money, a job that lets you drive this instead of this, that lets you live here instead of here. New jobs are coming to West Virginia. Great jobs, money jobs, jobs with a future. I'm talking 30,000 new jobs a year. But here's the catch. That high school diploma, it's not enough. In 2 years or less, you can get the skills you need for the life you want. So this is what you need to do. Visit mystatemylife.com for resources to prepare you to get hired and get paid. mystatemylife.com.
Getting right down to it in the Mountain East Conference Men's Tournament Final. Fairmont State trails by 2. They're the number 2 seed. Reggie Williams set to step up to the line with 4.5 minutes to go. Glenville knocked out the top seed, West Liberty, last night. Been a rough day shooting. 0 for 5 from outside the arc, 3 of 11. First trip to the line.
Stepped up and shot that one with some confidence.
He sure did.
Nothing but the bottom of the net on that first attempt.
These are the stats I like. The guys who can go to the line inside the last 5 minutes of the game and knock them down.
Anybody can make them with no pressure. It's when the game's on the line. Can you make them then? That's what matters.
Shamgod Wells with the basketball. He's playing with 4 personal fouls.
Glenville really extending that zone. They got to be careful. That makes them very susceptible to backdoor cuts and something under the rim, but getting out and contesting shots.
Morgan barely touched iron with that one. Morris, who's had a good game for Glenville, with another rebound. Nady to the goal, and that's going to be a foul call on Morris.
And I like that take by Nady. The last couple possessions, Glenville, as we talked about, has been very deliberate. But look here, he looks up, sees he has a one-on-one matchup, and he's going straight to the rim. Draws the foul. Morris got stuck kind of flat-footed there. And Nady with a chance to make this a 6-point game if he makes both.
Nady missed his only previous free throw attempt. Left that one short. 2-possession game now. Glenville with a 4-point lead, exactly 4 minutes to play.
Nady short-armed that free throw attempt a little bit. You'd like to see him extend it, hold the follow-through.
Makes 1 of 2. Glenville 21-10 into the championship game. Fairmont State 21-9, looking for their first conference crown since 1984.
And I'm liking this communication from Glenville right now, talking through this matchup zone, who their matchups are.
And there's a foul.
probably one of the most important, if not the most important aspect of a matchup zone is communication, because there's a lot of bumps, a lot of rotations. You have to be able to talk through those.
Another free throw to come here for Morris. These are all big.
So that is a big miss from an 81% free throw shooter on the season.
One of two.
Coming down to crunch time.
Fairmont falling back defensively, picking up in a half court. Wide open look for Morales. And he rattles it in. A big bucket in this ball game.
I tell you what, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Big time players make big time plays. And Dante Morales just hit a huge three for Glenville.
Lead is 7. Wells, how did he do that with the right hand?
Wow, a little English on that as it spun in.
Talk about your great bloodlines.
30 seconds.
I think his dad taught him that
God,
move.
Sham God's son. Watch Wells.
That is impressive.
That was nice.
A little Euro step, hop step in the lane, a little up and under. Little kiss off the glass and puts it through. Big shot from Wells.
Such a big opportunity for Fairmont to win the Mountain East. Great tradition. You think back to Joe Retton in 1968 when they went all the way to the championship game of the NAIA. All those conference championships in the old WBIAC. Now trying to make some history this afternoon in the Mountain East Conference. But they trail Glenville by 5. We wondered how emotionally ready for this game the Pioneers would be after their huge win last night against West Liberty, and they have really answered the bell.
They absolutely have. So many times you'll see a letdown in the next game after a big win like they had last night.
Full court pressure defense this time by the Falcons. They turn it up here at the 3-minute mark.
Glenville, so many good guards. They're extremely difficult to press, as West Liberty found out last night.
Morales hit that big 3 moments ago. Williams yo-yos it back outside. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 2:40 to play. 5 seconds. Morales sees it, flies it. Tipped out. And we're going the other way.
Glenville, not a great possession, a little bit slow. We'll get a second look at the 3 opportunity here. That call probably could have gone either way.
Morgan comes back on for the Falcons. That gives you another 3-point shooter on the floor. Veteran player. 2-possession game. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. Wells. Morgan swings it, and that's going to be a turnover. So Morris got into the air with nowhere to go.
Morris got caught, couldn't decide what he was going to do. I think got surprised a little bit when Wells came out to contest that shot. Costly turnover for the Falcons.
Again, the full court pressure defense. Morris takes it into the front court. And a timeout by Glenville.
Great timeout by Stephen Dye.
You know what? You look at the Glenville group, just 7 players, just 7 deep today, playing their second consecutive high-pressure game in a little over 24 hours.
Yeah, has not been an easy road for Glenville at all, but they've answered the call. They were the 5th seed coming into this tournament. Had it, like we talked about, had to win the game at home, even to get into the to make it down to Charleston. They had a good win against Charleston, and then of course the big upset last night over West Liberty, and now they find themselves with a lead here late in the championship game.
You know, despite the fact they've only played 7 guys, and they only used that same number last night in their win against West Liberty, the press has really not bothered them. They were able to really negotiate the West Liberty press, and there's an offensive foul on Morales. And there's a break for the Falcons, and they got the ball back. 2-possession game, 2:07 left.
Get a second look at it here. And you see Morales didn't have to extend the arm. We talked about it just a second ago with Wells. Anytime they'll usually let you have that elbow up, but the second that elbow starts to extend, a lot of times it's going to draw the contact and the foul.
It's it back outside. Wimbush for 3. Did not touch iron. Great save by Morgan. Clock did not reset. Morgan lost it. Morales back the other way. It's a 4-on-3 if they push it. Morgan nearly a steal.
Glenville had a couple of opportunities, electing to run the clock instead.
Offensive foul.
Back-to-back calls against Dante Morales. Back-to-back offensive fouls. Just getting a little bit frustrated, lowers the shoulder and runs over Morris.
We're down to 1:15 in the game. Fairmont's got the ball, but they're down by 5. And Wells throws it into the bench.
Very costly turnover for Fairmont State.
So Davis comes back on for Fairmont. Pass ahead to Williams. Takes it right to the goal and scores.
Williams just so fast, just beats Caleb Davis in a foot race, and a great pass from Wells on the sideline.
Wells from 25. A minute to play.
And I think Fairmont's got to take a foul here, and they do.
And that bench over there for Glenville is alive. They've got a 7-point lead and 56 seconds to play. And Morris is stepping up for 2 free throws and a double bonus.
Takes a lot of pressure off that first one when you know the second one's guaranteed. Being in the double bonus is a big help for Glenville in this situation.
Well, it may not have been an easy road, but it was the road that Glenville traveled. Played a first-round game at home. Got to the tournament and had to blaze their way through the top seed and the number 2 seed in the finals. And a 3 drops in to cut it to 6 with 49 seconds left. 2 timeouts remaining for Fairmont State.
And Wimbush is one of the few players for Fairmont that's been consistent from the arc today, and Glenville just loses track of him. Can't give up that kind of open look. And just like that, it's a 2-possession game.
All right, Matt, what's the strategy here? Do you go for the quick foul if you don't get a steal in the first 5 seconds and try to extend this thing?
I think you have to. I've always been a fan of that. You want to extend the game as long as possible. Now with 49 seconds, as you talked about, I think you have time, and you're athletic enough, Fairmont is, that they can try and get a steal here. They have a couple seconds to play with to try and get a steal, but if you don't get it and they start getting towards half court, I think you got to take the foul then. But so many teams, I think, waste the opportunities. I think you got to force another team to make shots. Extend the game as long as possible. Make them make plays to beat you.
Thought about the long pass into Wells, who nearly lost it. And Nady is fouled, so Cedric Nady will go to the other end and shoot 2 free throws.
Glenville very fortunate. It looked like Wells was almost falling out of bounds when he got that pass back to Nady. Would have been extremely costly turnover underneath your own basket.
Big free throws here. 1 of 2 for Nady in this situation makes it a 3-possession game. Rattles it in.
That was the big one, like you talked about. You got to get that at least one of these to go, force it into a 3-possession basketball game.
Chase Morgan checks back in to give the Falcons another potential 3-point sniper. An 81-2.
I wouldn't be surprised if Glenville matches up now.
Wimbush goes all the way to the basket and lays it up and in. Morales, and he's immediately fouled.
Hard foul came from Shamgod Wells there. Glenville dangerously close to a 5-second call on that possession.
So Wells is fouled out. That's his 5th personal foul.
You can see he was trying to hesitated there a little bit, didn't want to have to take that foul because he knew it was his 5th. But in the end, you got to do what's best for the team and stop the clock.
Dante Morales now with 2 free throws. Senior from Virginia Beach knocks the first one in.
Took his time on that one, thought about it a little bit. But now this is a big shot, just like on the last possession. Can he force it to a 3-possession basketball game?
The lead is 6. Closing in on 30 seconds to play. 4-3, a deep shot won't go down for Morris. Jamel Morris misses the shot. Brent Morris collects the rebound for Glenville. And he's fouled with 28.3 remaining. So the parade to the free throw line continues.
Pretty good shot there from
good
Morris. If you're Stephen Dye, you got to be talking to Williams there. You don't want to go too much inside the arc. You know he's going to pull up for 3 there. You can almost live with a 2 in that situation, but a 3 is very costly.
And that was a tired free throw. Better for him there. Seven-point game. Wimbush for 3, and he's fouled from outside the arc. So 3 free throws coming.
And that
inexcusable foul there by Morris.
Cannot happen. We talked about it earlier. You never foul a 3-point shooter. And I don't know, we got a pretty good look at it there. Wimbush sold it. But Morris contested. You can't put yourself in a situation where the official can call that play.
So here's a chance for the Falcons to inch closer with the clock stopped. 23.2. One more to come. Still a 2-possession game, but cuts the lead to 4. Made 2 of 3. Morris the rebound. Williams, you got to catch him. And the dish to Morales. That may have just about done it.
How fast is Williams?
Wimbush misses. Morris the board. Final seconds. They're going to tick down for Glenville. Glenville Pioneers, your Mountain East Conference men's basketball tournament champions. Dante Morales has been named as the MVP. The Pioneers from Glenville take down West Liberty in the semis, and the second-seeded Fighting Falcons from Fairmont in the final. 65-50. We'll come back. We'll hear from the coaches. We'll hear from the players. We'll check final stats. Party time in Glenville. The Pioneers win the championship of the Mountain East Conference Tournament.
really going into medical school, got to talk to my advisor, who was a pre-medical advisor, and he was telling me what I needed to do, what classes I should take, what I should focus on more.
This is one of the best places that I have been able to build myself. I'm an individual here.
I am Charlie Fox, and I will make a difference in the environment.
I'm Chad Moore, and I am a Shepherd Ram.
I'm Dr. Bert Lidgerding. I stay at Shepherd because I help students succeed. I am a Shepherd Ram.
It's never gonna happen. Dude, it's never gonna happen. Dude.
Not gonna happen.
No way.
Hey, dude, I just sent her a friend request.
It's never gonna happen, bro.
Mom says you shouldn't text and drive. You'll cause an accident.
Whatever. That's never gonna happen.
Get ready for the best 4 years of your life at West Liberty University, where a quality education and hands-on learning awaits you, where $5 million in scholarships and the Metro rate makes a quality education possible, where living on campus, joining clubs, cheering for the Hilltoppers, and enjoying our beautiful campus give you the total college experience. It's all here at West Liberty University. Quality, affordable, total college experience.
I-77 Auto Group in Ripley is your one place to find your next new car, truck, or SUV. I-77 Auto Group features Ford, Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and with over $12 million in inventory, you're sure to find what you're looking for. I-77 Auto Group has been recognized by the manufacturers as award-winning dealerships for sales and service. Your next vehicle is waiting for you. Make the short drive to I-77 Auto Group, exit 132, Ripley.
Where it's cheaper in the country, really.
Well, the Glenville State Pioneers led this game by 5 points at halftime, and they made that stand up, outscoring Fairmont State 34-32 in the second half, and they win the Mountain East Conference Tournament Championship 65-58 over the Fairmont State Fighting Falcons. Let's send it over to Mark Martin, who's standing by with the victorious head coach of the Pioneers.
All right, thank you very much. Stephen Dye with us. You and I talked before the game, discussed magical moments in this building for you personally, and you said, I want to add another one today, and you do. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And, you know, I've had a lot of magical moments here, but this by far trumps them all. I'm so proud of these guys. They fought hard for 3 straight days, and, you know, we were able to come ahead, and we give all the credit to God.
Season number 6, and each season it's been a progression, and a championship sort of seals the deal. A lot more to accomplish, but certainly that shows the growth of your program here over a 6-year span.
Yeah, we've done a lot of progress at Glenville, you know, and we're so excited to bring a championship back to Glenville State College and get that banner in our brand new Waco Center, something that's just amazing and something that's been so great to our college and our community.
Talk about just some of the performances here today, all-around team effort.
Well, I'm telling you what, all-around team effort, and that's why we won. All right, we got some special players, but we have great men, and they play together. They play hard, and I just can't say enough about Dante Morales and Reggie Williams, our 2 seniors that play a lot for us. They're amazing kids, amazing basketball players, and I'm so proud of them.
All right, Pioneer Day's alive here in the Civic Center Coliseum. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
All right, Stephen Dye, the victorious head coach of the men's champion of this Mountain East Conference tournament. Dave and Matt, back to you guys.
All right, Mark, thank you. And Stephen Dye made a great point there, Matt. They've got a new building, and now they get some new trophies to put in it.
Yeah,
Pretty
absolutely.
special day.
Well-deserved victory for Glenville. They did it. They had the hardest road to get to the championship, and it's a well-deserved victory for them. Great job, and congratulations to Stephen Dye and his team.
Boy, guard play for the Glenville Pioneers was so big. Morales, 21 points. Nady had 15. Reggie Williams with 10. And Brett Morris, a double-double, 10 points to go along with 11 rebounds. Matt Redress, a final comment on today's game.
You know, just an all-around effort. And, you know, Glenville kind of deceiving. They came in as the 5th seed because they lost 5 of their last 6 in the regular season. For much of the year, they were tied with West Liberty for first place in the conference, and you see what a talented squad they have, and they're playing well and made a great bid to get into the NCAA tournament here. We'll find out in a few hours.
Well, it's been a great week here at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. The men's champion has been crowned. The Glenville State Pioneers defeat Fairmont State in the final this afternoon, 65-58. So for Matt Driehaus, I'm Dave Weekley saying so long from West Virginia's capital city. A great tournament this week, capped by a tremendous game Dante Morales, the MVP, 21 points. Glenville State defeats Fairmont State in the Mountain East Conference Men's Tournament Final, 65-58. We'll see you next time.